So after Medela we have Paramount testnet, and this time I am running 4 validators, as last time due to finality issue it has been requested not to run more than 2 validators. So let's see which version we are running and which client we are using through CLI commands. So first we will check which client we are using through CLI commands. So this is the command, and .rocketpool is the folder which we have created by installing the smart rocketpool node packages that we will discuss later. So first see the clients we are using. So you can see we are using the same clients as we used for Medela testnet. For Ethereum 1 chain we are using get client, and for Ethereum 2 we are using the Lighthouse client. As I told you earlier that uh, it takes around 24 hours for the chains to get synchronized, and this time also it took almost the same time. Ethereum 1 chain takes less time to get synchronized than the Ethereum 2 chain, and until and unless Ethereum 1 chain is synchronized, you won't get the wallet status through CLI commands. And among the 4 Ethereum 2 clients, we can see through the official Ethereum Launchpad website, these are the validators client for the Ethereum 2 chain. There are 4 clients, but right now Rocketpool is supporting only Lighthouse and Prism client. The other 2 will be added in the future. So now we will check which Rocketpool smart node version we are using. So for that we will get the CLI command from their official from Rocketpool documentation. So all the CLI commands are given here. So Rocketpool service version is the command. We can check here on GitHub. They have their latest release is alpha 0.0.9, and these are the files, and we are installing as per our system requirements. If it is Windows, then this, then for Linux, for different operating system packages are there. So here through CLI, let's check the version. So it's showing Rocketpool client version 0.0.9 and service version 0.0.9. So it's very easy to set up through Rocketpool smart node packages. You just have to follow the official documentation, how to install, and all the requirements in regard to the hardware. Everything is provided, and they have also published on Medium by Jake uh, how to install the Rocketpool Smart Node client. You can go through that. I will provide on the description below the link of this Medium. So you can see for Linux we have to use this command, and if you are using Linux, then if you are using Ubuntu, Debian, Cent or Fedora, then Docker Engine and Docker Compose will be automatically installed. You need not do it manually. So all the instructions are provided over here. You can go through it, and the needed CLI commands to run the setup. And for all the CLI commands, you have to follow their official documentation. Everything is provided over there. So let's now check the service stats. As I told you during Medalla testnet that while synchronizing, the CPU usage of Ethereum 2 chain is much more than the Ethereum 1 chain. Once the chains get synchronized, the CPU usage percentage is much less than while it is synchronizing. So you can see from here, it's not much CPU under usage, but memory is so you can see the CPU usage is not much, but memory is required more. So if you are using 8 GB memory, then while synchronizing it may hang sometimes. So for mainnet 16 GB RAM is recommended for smooth synchronizing of the chains. So we will now go through some other details. Now we will see the chains. So this is the Ethereum 1 chain, and it is in the synchronized state. As there is no mention of time, so now we will go to the Ethereum 2 chain. Now this is the Ethereum 2 chain, and it is also in the synchronized state, and if it is not synchronized, then there will be time mentioned on it. And as I told you earlier that Ethereum 2 chain requires almost 24 hours to get synchronized, and the Ethereum 1 change take less time to synchronize. Now let's check the node status. Okay, we will first see the validators, because this is the command I didn't show you in the Medalla testnet. So these are the Rocket Pool service logs validators, validator logs. So you can see here we are running 4 validators, and all the 4s are active. Is making attestations, and at this moment no proposal has been made, but earlier among the 4 validators one has made 8 proposals, and other 3 has also made some proposals that we will see it on the Beacon Chain website. So let's now see the node status. This is the node status. So node status you can see, and one more thing, n ether means while when as a validator, when you will exit your validator from the node, then you will be getting n ether, but those who will stake but not validate, but those who will stake only, they will receive r ether. So tokenomics portion we will go later. There may be one more testnet coming up in February, so let's see. And you can see over here it is registered under time zone Mumbai, and it has 4 mini pools and 4 are staking. And one more thing, as a validator you cannot exit until phase 1.5, and so now let's check the mini pool status. The 4 mini pools that I have created with 16 ether each. Mini pool status. So under mini pool status you can see the node fee is 19.6% when I created the node, but now the node commission is has gone down to has gone down. So you can see node deposit 16 ether, and the most important thing here to see here is the reward. The expected reward is mentioned over here. So the rewards on my 16 ETH is 16.22653 from the first validator. You can also see the validator balance is 32.378,620 ETH. You can also confirm this from the Beacon Chain website. So the validator with index number 103857, you can see the balance is 32.37. Now my 16 ether is paired with another 16 ETH from the deposit pool, and how the rewards will be distributed between my 16 ether and 16 ether from the deposit pool, that we will discuss later in the last testnet, in which rewards and tokenomics, rocket pool tokenomics will be discussed. So till then you can get a rough idea about the expected rewards and the validator balance. And one more thing is to be noted here, that when the validator proposes a block, it earns more rewards than while making attestations. So this time we are not going to create any mini pools, as because uh, we have been instructed not to create more than 2 mini pools, but I have already running 4, so I don't want to create and mess up things unnecessarily. So now we will go through the files and folders. So you can see we have the dot rock. Before going to the files and folders, uh, I want to show you something, that here we just have to run this Linux command, and the smart node client of Rocket Pool will automatically, the smart node packages will automatically get installed on your system, making the necessary files and folders. You don't have to create anything. So now we will see what we have. So dot rocket pool is the folder. It has been created running the smart node packages. So we will go into it. So cd dot rocket pool ls So we have these folders over here: chains, config.yml, data, Docker Compose, and settings. So first we will go to chains, cd chains. So we have Ethereum 1 chain and Ethereum 2 chain. So under Ethereum 1 chain, we have smartnode.sh. We are not going to run that command. And under Ethereum 2 chain, yeah, we have this start.beacon.sh and validators, start validator.sh. Now config.yml. Let's see what we have here. So we will use nano. So this is the configuration file, and you can see over here the smart node. We are using the image Rocketpool smart node version 0.0.9 and Ethereum 1 chain and their respective clients, and Ethereum 2 chain and their respective clients. And Graffiti you can add that what you want to add, that the CLI command for Graffiti you will find on the Beacon chain website. So let's check the data folder, cd dat. We have three folders over here: password, validators, and wallet. So you can create node wallet and it will ask for the password, and that password is stored over there. So now we will check the docker compose.yml. So nano docker compose.yml. So here we can see we can change the parameters, but you should know what you are doing. So as per our need, we can change the parameters. So it's better not to touch this part because you can mess up with the settings. You just check their official documentation. Configuration. In this configuration, हाँ, वही है, customizing the rocket pool service, customizing storage location. So here all the instructions are mentioned. To change the file system part of the chains, to store the data as per your need, you can follow the instructions over here and do as necessary. So you can go through the official documentation to change the settings, because you may need to change the uh, storage location of your chains. You may be using two hard drives, one SSD and the other normal hard drive, so you can now we will see the settings. So nano settings.yml. So you can clearly see over here we have chosen the Ethereum 1 client as get and Ethereum 2 client as Lighthouse, and in Graffiti we have not added anything. This is the we got this by applying the CLI command earlier. I showed you the command over here. Through this command we got it directly through the terminal without going through the file and folders. So these are the files we have over here. So it's very user friendly to run the Rocket Pool smart node and run your validator. So let's check. We are running the validators. Yeah, it's running and making attestations. So now we will go to the Beacon Chain website. So this is all this I have shown you. Now one more thing, on Beacon Chain website you can see I'm running 4 validators, and making attestations, and one of my validators has made 8 proposals. That's maximum, and these are the income generated on 7 days. And this is the total income generated since 26 November. I have been running these validators. So you can see I am running 4 validators and all 4 are active. And now let's get the details of one of the validators with index number 103860. You can see its balance, proposal made, and income generated from 7 days. On BecomeChain website, you can see it has been ranked 8 and I am getting an APR of 11%. Click on Balance tab, Proposal tab to get the proposal history, Blocks tab. You can see 5 blocks has been proposed, attestations made, and deposit on the deposit one Ethereum 1 smart contract. So now let's go to the validators leaderboard and see the rank of Prime Stake Pool on the list. So you can see it has been ranked 8. You can also type in PSP or Prime Stake Pool in the search bar to get the rank of all the 4 validators I am running. And one more thing, on their official launchpad, you can see right now the estimated APR for the total staked Ether is around 9.3%. So you can go through these websites to get yourself familiarized with the Ethereum staking and running your own validator. So all done, and we are now only left with Rocket Pool tokenomics. Even I don't know how their tokenomics will function. That will be clear after they come up with their official documentation for the tokenomics. So until then, let's see.